So we are looking into, as we have discussed in our previous talks, that there are events around us. Events creates those stimuli, and those stimuli, when I perceive, when I receive, when I simply calculate in my mind, I have certain thoughts, internal dialogues, which are affecting my system. So my internal dialogues affecting my neurochemicals, my biochemicals in the body, and then my body signaling. So all those pains, discomfort, diseases that are there in my body, let's call it signals from the body. Body is a signaling device. Let's see it from this perspective. So if body is signaling all these things, if my body is signaling diabetes, if my body is signaling migraines, if my body is signaling all those list of autoimmune and psychosomatic diseases, what is creating these signals is today's conversation. So we are looking into what are these elements, what are these ingredients that is creating these signals. Most of the time when we are going through certain disturbances, this is what we hear from people. This itself gets programmed. When that gets programmed, what is getting programmed in my system is they don't understand what I am going through. Yes. My expectation that somebody understand me, somebody hear me. In the background, my internal dialogue is, I am not heard. Nobody understands me. And when we are going through certain anxiety, certain kind of mental activity that is happening, if somebody tells you to relax, smile, take it easy, everything will be easy, it will add to the anxiety.
Yes. I read somewhere not too long ago that it makes the person feel like as if you're telling them you're insane. You're not saying I am sane.
That is reception.
Yeah.
Who means this?
Yeah.
The question is, who is giving this meaning?
Yeah.
Is the person who is telling you to relax giving this meaning, or the person who is receiving is giving the meaning?
Yeah.
So the person who is receiving is already filled, the mental space is already filled with certain dialogues. There are message units. Our nervous system literally has this neural circuits, and the neural circuits create certain neural pathways. So that whole neural circuits and neural pathways, the neural memory, is filled with all these dialogues. And when you are telling the person to be calm, relax, ABC, XYZ, that will literally go and add to that neural pathway more. So what you are doing is you are applying more pressure. When you are applying more pressure, naturally you will feel more anxious. So in most of the cases, this was just to experience the sensation, what is happening in the body, and good, we came up with this experience. Generally in these experiences, you shouldn't be telling people to think positive. Generally we think positive. Look at the brighter side. Look what is positive. This will add to the mental units. In this scenario, when the mental units are already filled, the first sensible thing to do is to empty the space first. You need to empty the space first. So you need to be silent for some time. You need to be doing silent meditations without giving any meanings to things. So you can simply repeat that yes, yes, yes for more 15 minutes, and that will create those effects. Yeah. So the thing here is, most of the time, just telling people that be positive won't work. If you are saying people that be positive, at that time please tell them to be quiet. Simple. Switch off, or just be with them. Sit beside them, hold their hands, don't say anything. Because they are looking for somebody understand my pain. So if you are just beside them without telling them anything, just holding their hands will deliver the message. Because vocabulary will add to the message units.
I just wanted to add something to this discussion. There's this term that I hear a lot now, it's toxic positivity.
Yes.
Which is just being really positive without understanding
the content of it, yes. Because there are a whole lot of things which are trending nowadays. We are into, like they have literally given this new generation, when 2000 started, they said new earth. When the new earth comes into the picture, new phenomena, new concept, new theories comes into the picture. And people got more aware of, I am in pain, my neighbor doesn't understand it. This was the awareness which was spread. I am going through certain disturbances, my parents doesn't understand it. I am in pain, my brother don't know that. What I need to do if my brother, my parents, my neighbor doesn't understand me, nobody is loving me, let me love myself. This is where the whole boundaries came into the picture. Boundaries came into the picture by first You yourself internally feeling painful. And then not finding a resolution outside. The first thing, the ingredient was expectations of the resolution from outside. And then when the expectations were not met, disappointment created that framework because your system is just looking to survive. Please understand that. The basic point is I need to survive, no matter what. For my survival, I need to cope up. If things are not happening my way, I'll create my own way. This is the basic animalistic instinct. If we are doing that, we are no better than an animal. We are on that survival zone. We are simply surviving. If we simply come to a point, or my neighbor, my parents, my brother, or my friends around me, they would have understood how I am projecting emotions, how emotions affects people, they would have literally had a different approach. The moment I see a person not smiling, I literally go beside them and ask them what is happening. How's life? At least I understand, I be there. Rather than toxic people, never smiling. The moment I see their face, I feel negativity. He have not uttered a single word, but I feel negativity. Because I know better, I can literally gauge the people. I know how these people are. How do I know? What is the mechanism of I know? I absolutely agree that certain people are carrying certain negative or lower vibrancy frequency, let's say.
Yeah.
They are vibrating with their own insecurities, their own fears, their own miseries.
Yeah.
For me, am I receiving or am I understanding? When I am simply in the zone of, I don't want to receive these energies because, my first question would be, you don't want to receive these energies because I cannot handle it. I want to be safe first. Let them go to hell. Why they are pulling me to hell? Isn't it? So now I draw a boundary. And drawing a boundary means I need to give meaning to this boundary first. What meaning do I give to the boundary? These people are not good. That's why I have created these boundaries. These people are negative, toxic. That's why I have created this boundary. You will give all the logical reasoning for those boundaries.
This is when you're receiving,
You are all about, yes, resisting. So you are not thinking from a perspective of collective consciousness, but you are thinking about, it's just like my finger is paining and my finger is thinking about itself. Yeah? Separation, totally different. So this is where the whole pain starts, because our perceptions have got fully distorted. Energy, vibrations of the energies, lower energies, higher energies, it's a phenomena in itself. We as a human being. Yes.
It's so we resist instead of having you said
Acceptance.
Acceptance, and what is it?
understanding.
See, the concept could be defined as
Our whole,
inclusion
yeah.
or exclusion. Either I include the whole collective consciousness as me,
Collective consciousness, okay.
or I draw a line, this is not me. And when the moment I draw the line, this is not me, I have to give a logical reasoning for this, building this wall. And then I add all the meanings to this wall, why I have created this wall. And it's all about blaming people, it's all about how people are wrong, it's all about how I am right. My humble question is, how healthy is it? You can literally have a research survey collecting 50-70 peoples and simply have these groups and check, because I have done that. The people who are in the zone, regardless of where they are coming from, nationality, color, creed, religion, they are in mental disorders. They have all mental health issues. Why? Because all the energies are consumed in giving a logical reason for this wall. I have created this wall because. Make sense?
So we should not question.
See, let's say, who is the nearest person to you in your life? The one who you love. Who is that? Sharif.
Don't tell me.
Let him also feel happy, his immune system will go high.
What was this silence?
So let's say Sharif is in emotional pain, not physical pain, emotional pain. What would be your response first? Will you create a wall? Sharif, you don't belong to me, your energies are toxic, I don't want to see your face. First you fix yourself, become positive, then come to me. Will you do this? Why not?
Because I care.
Because you care.
Because I want him to feel.
Because you care, you relate, you feel associated. Same emotional pain, somebody else who you don't know, and he is literally making your life hell. Will you do the same thing? What is vibrating when I am creating those boundaries or separations or disassociations? What is there? It's fear. When fear is there, what are the chemicals in the system? My body is in the state of fight and flight 24/7. What my body should secrete in those cases? How my hormones, how my cells, how my membranes should behave. In the community, let's say there are some confused people. What they will do to the community? Disturb it. There are some people who are suppressed, painful. What will happen in the society?
Weaken it.
Weaken it. The whole society will be weakened financially on different levels. What will happen if you have some over-expressive people? Destroyed. All the terrorism, So I want you to imagine that some kind of terrorists, some kind of weak people, and some kind of confused people are in charge of the whole system to keep it safe and secure. That is what is happening technically. In the body, who is taking charge is some confused people. Who is taking charge is either over-expressive people or some weak people. They are not the proper people to take charge. What has distorted that whole thing? So without an immune system, we would have no way to fight harmful things that enters our body. Yeah? So basically we are talking about the physical level of the system, wherein there are many things. We are made up of germs actually. We are made up of different things. Whatever doesn't resonate with us physically will create a dis-ease or a disorder. So immune system is simply a mechanism which is acting as a communication medium. So it literally checks, rejects or accepts. So when it is fully awake, when it is fully powerful, when it is fully intact, it will reject everything that is harmful. And as we have discussed, if it is confused, if it is suppressed or overexpressed, it is not in the right resourceful state to accept or reject. That's where the whole disturbance or disorder starts. So basically it's all about homeostasis. How many times in a day my body have the time to be at homeostasis? Or vibrating here or vibrating there. Most of the time, either we are somehow coping up, trying to make ourselves happy, and simply going here and there to simply create that relaxation and happiness. And we think that if I do this, I'll be happy. If I do this, I'll be happy. I have tried this, I was not happy before. Let me try this, I'll be happy now. Yeah. So most of the time, experimenting, coping, trying, not happening. Again, the whole immune system is getting confused. Event by event, bit by bit, every second in your life, you are programming your cellular structure in the body. Each and every cell is programmed. Each and every system in the body, the reception, the perception of the body is getting programmed. So it's all about me programming. So if I ask you a simple question, let me have your perceptions. Who is programming this? One word. Yourself. Okay. One word for that. Who is programming this? Yes.
Your mind.
Your mind. Your brain. What do you think? What do you think, young lady? Who is programming? Your brain is programming it. Okay. Brain is programming it. My experience is programming it. My thoughts are programming it. The event, the society is programming it. Creator, awesome, beautiful. On the spiritual level, Creator is programming it somehow. Our past experiences. The beauty is this. Yes, everything. As you said, ourself. If you simply go deep down into ourself, it is events, it is experiences, it is perception, it is the reaction, it is the compulsiveness. It is everything that is there in the environment, everything that starts with should, must and have to is programming it. You should do this, you have to do this, you must do this. compulsiveness. This is what is programming it. And the beauty of, as Dr. Salim said, Creator has programmed it already. Creator has programmed it. He has done his job. He has done a beautiful job programming each and every cell of your system and providing you and giving you with this beautiful gift of this human body connected with the mind and energy consciousness. Now it is your job to add the software to it on daily basis. Hardware, firmware, operating system, motherboard, everything is there. You are programming it on daily basis now. So with the whole consciousness that we are and everything that we have spoke about, that is creating this. This is a brief of that thing that are creating or impacting. Events, finances, career, growth, religion, relationships, environment, beliefs, values, perception, education, parenting, thoughts, emotions, energies, responses, reactions and actions. All these things are impacting that programming. And when we are talking about programming, it is programming every system in our body, including the immune system. If you are jumping down, and let's categorize this. I want you to take this as an information, as an expansion of awareness, as a takeaway, to create literally walls between these existences. Let's separate this. It's a reductionist approach to understand what is happening, and again the holistic approach which will bring back together. So in the physical body, what you eat, how you eat. How you eat is also very, very important. Are you just and then gone? Or mindful eating? Yeah, mindful eating is a proper word nowadays. When you are eating, are you noticing the taste and smell of the food? At least consciously add this whenever you are eating. Make sure that you smell the food, taste the food, and be aware of the smell and taste. The second thing is sleep, which is very, very important. It differs from body to body, but an average sleep of 5 to 6 hours, very, very necessary. God has created a beautiful system where the sun sets and sun rises. If you follow that same system, the moment sun sets, you start or prepare to sleep, and before the sunrise, you wake up. And literally go and see the sun rising. Difficult? Hard?
Yeah.
And then many opinions can be it's hard. You know the word hard, difficult. How many things were difficult in life? You know, being parents, the first time the child starts to walk, is it easy? But the child starts to run also. First day, maybe it was hard. All of us, do we remember the first time when we have written A or whatever language we belongs to? The first time. It was hard, isn't it? Now you can write easily. So everything when you start, it feels hard. It doesn't matter if it feels hard. It should feel hard. Then only you will practice it. So when you practice it regularly for some period of time, not the whole life. How much time does it took to you to start writing whatever ABC to a sentence, a story or a poem? 5-6 years, isn't it? You have learnt now. Whatever you will be learning now after the whole development of the system, that would be much more easier. So whatever feels hard, accept it, acknowledge it. I have done more harder things than this one, and I'll do this also easily. So physical body is comprised of this. What you eat, how you sleep, certain germs in the body, your cells, cell membrane, proteins. How much do you exercise daily? What is your physical activity? Physical activity doesn't mean that I literally walk 10 kilometers daily because of my work. Mindful. Even if you are doing, let's say, a squat or whatever exercises that you do, it should be mindful, slow. As we have discussed, session 1, in the process of speed, we have lost the depth. So please bring back the depth. Because in speed, in everything getting faster and faster, we have lost the depth of everything. So when you are slow, when you are mindful, when you are observing each and everything, you bring back that depth. And because of the loss of depth is the whole misery that we are going through. The next dimension is the mental or the emotional dimension. There the ingredients are this. Your thoughts, how do you analyze? How many things do you go through when you analyze one situation, one person, one thing before making a decision or a choice? How's your judgment? Is it there? Is it not there? Is it balanced? Is it disbalanced? Are you very fast in pasting the labels? Do you always carry the labels? Always, isn't it? I mean, let's be honest to ourselves. How many times we carry all the labels? Before the person speaks, boop. Before listening to the people, before simply by, like, okay, he looks like this, coming from this nationality, his shoes is like this, he's wearing this kind of t-shirt, means a label. So that is your mental and emotional balance. So what are the qualities of your thoughts? How do you react? What is the reaction span of time? In how much time do you react? Is it less than a second? Or does it take 2-3 seconds? Or does it take 1 minute or 2 minutes to react? So that is also in the zone of your emotions and mental balance. So these are the ingredients of each dimension. We have to be mindful of each and every element that I have added there. Resonance. How do I resonate? And what do I resonate with? What am I forced to do? Like generally in children's, they are very creative. They resonate with A, B, C, X, Y, Z. And parents resonate with something else. They want to push in the resonance. They say, okay, I resonated with this, you also should resonate with this. So should, must and have to, again, overriding the resonances will literally disturb your emotional and mental state. So these are the ingredients that we are talking about, ingredient of the whole system, including the immune system. My simple question would be, are you feeling good emotionally? Are your chemicals happy in the body? Is your whole nervous system celebrating? Or misery? That will answer the whole thing. So always have these questions at the back of your mind. That's why I gave you that whole list of questions in the first session, wherein the moment you are reacting, no matter you react after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or you react at that same moment, let those questions define your reaction. If those questions are mindfully there at the surface, you will notice your reaction would be much more balanced.
What were the questions? I wasn't there.
I think I'll send you the whole PPT. They were there in the last slide. There were around 17, 18 questions which needs to be integrated. Yeah. So the whole thing is all about, just to summarize it, it's all about, if I react like this, after that reaction, am I happy and have I created a happy environment? Whoever you have reacted to, how are they feeling? That also needs to be considered. Yeah. Inhibitions, fears and inhibitions. These are also the ingredients of the things which distorts my immune system. Fears, I think we have discussed in detail in first 2 sessions. So fears and inhibitions are the things that I simply stop myself even though I resonate with it. I love to do something, but I cannot, I am not worthy, not possible, I am not able, people will not allow me, they will not like it, I will not like it, my parents will not like it, or whatever those internal dialogues are. This will create layers of inhibitions and fears. Memories, specifically past painful memories. Because we are a photonic being also at the same time as we are physical and emotional being. So we store a whole lot of images as memories. So all those pictures are still alive, colorful, painful. So whatever pictures are there which are colorful, which are intense and which are painful are part of your memories. Perception is a dimension which needs training. Unfortunately, no school have this topic as a training. How should you perceive? What are the mechanism of perception? What should you go through? How filters should be avoided to perceive in the right way? And I'll be bringing these things topic by topic. The intention of listing these things is to spread awareness on each and every one of this. All our experiences which defines my present. This happened in past. This person behaved like this. This choice made me this. So all those things that are there as an internal dialogue is already there in your storage as a treasure, which you call as experience. The small step or a choice, a conscious choice, wherein you literally agree with yourself, acknowledge to yourself that no matter what my experience is, today I make a conscious decision not influenced by my past experiences, will create a different tomorrow. If I am influenced by my past and making my decisions of today based on the past, my consequences will be same. Isn't it?
You always make your decision based on your experience.
Exactly. That's the whole tragedy.
You can disconnect yourself.
Yes.
Say,
Yeah.
it's fine.
And the vocabulary itself, we call it experience. That's experience of my life. That's my treasure. That's what I have learned. If not that, then what? What am I? My identity would be poof.
Didn't you learn from your experience also?
That should be like an inventory. Experiences, please remember this. I always keep on emphasizing this. All your experiences should be in form of inventory. When you have experiences in form of inventory, you will have a simple, like just a check. Okay, I have this already. I can make a different choice now in today. The whole story is all about if my experiences were not fulfilling, were a disappointment, were whatever pain that I have, were my experiences, I should be doing something else in present, isn't it? I should be making a different choice. Rather than being afraid and not making choice is also a choice, isn't it? So I should be very much mindfully conscious in the present moment that okay, if I have this experiences because of this choice, let me make a different choice. Not stopping myself from, okay, no, I'll not make a choice. Let me avoid, let me ignore, let me forget and boof. That will create another layer of disbalance. Yes, because if your resonances are affected by the past, that is the most diluted zone that can be. Because you will notice in your experiences itself, your experiences will tell you that you have suppressed or inhibited your resonances. That is where the pain is happening. Just imagine if you have gone through or gone with your resonances in past, what would be your experiences? Your system will answer you that if I would have gone through this, whatever I had resonated with, life story would have been different. Yeah? Sometimes things happens. We live in this complex world. We follow the influences, we follow compulsions. There are a whole lot of things that we are influenced by. We make decisions and choices out of that. The beautiful zone is all about no matter what choices I have made in past, today is the potential where I make a different choice. This is the intellectual consciousness which is there within us. Now this is the beautiful thing that God has installed in us, the Creator. And He has installed in us with the intention of you follow this and we resist this. What is this? This is the system of pains and pleasures already defined in your whole system. So it's already there. It's like a firmware. So what creates pain for you? See, I'm not talking about again good and bad. Again, let me re-emphasize it. Whatever is good for me may be bad for you. Whatever is positive for me may be negative for you. It's a difference. Everybody is unique with our own resonances. But this pain and pleasures are installed and defined as unique as my fingerprints. So for you, whatever is pain, for you, whatever is pleasure is for you only. Some people comes to me and they say, pains are good. Pains are motivation. If I didn't have the pains in my life, I wouldn't have been whatever I am today. I said, that's very good. That's your theme. Very good, perfect. If pains have motivated you, awesome. But don't make it a philosophy. Don't paste it for everyone. No, you should also go through pain to reach whatever I am today. The person could be in a different programming of just pleasures. The person could be in the theme of ease. His firmware could be programmed as you simply follow ease, and you will receive success. Just because of some influential personalities or people that are living on this planet creates this benchmark, no pain, no gain. For an individual, I agree. And I'm so happy that they have gained out of pain. Awesome. Let's not make that a philosophy. For me, it could be with ease, all the comfort. Life is easy. I'm telling you my life. Even though ups and downs are there, the theme of life is easy. And this is not my philosophy, not my theme. This is the theme of creation. What I did is, I just explored the theme of creation, followed the theme of creation, rather than the theme of trends or philosophies or influences. Yeah? That is where you will bring the ease to the whole system. And in the same intellectual consciousness which is programmed within us, this is like a software which is vibrating 24/7, is programmed the universal truths. The universal truths are within us. You know how many universal truths are applied to this body? Gravity, oxygen. You know, a molecule of oxygen goes through your nose, into your lungs, into your blood. This takes around 4 minutes, almost. If that 4-minute cycle is any one bump in that 4-minute cycle, it is intact, continuously running. That is what is intellectual consciousness. That is what is a universal truth, that this is happening. I always emphasize people that please check all your perceptual truth against the universal truths. Whatever we are perceiving, whatever we are receiving, whatever we believe, are they as true as this? The intention behind this is to simply keep that awareness at the top of your consciousness. Whatever I believe is not the truth, not the ultimate truth. Because the disturbances, the disorders that have been created in my system is because every belief, I believe that this is the ultimate truth and I cannot surpass this truth. Yeah? So this is the intellectual consciousness all about. And the beauty of the intellectual consciousness is all about, and every purpose, every individual purpose, generally we have this philosophy of what is the purpose of my life. I need to find the purpose, I need to find the passion. Please make this a purpose, at least explore what is the theme of creation. That should be the first step of exploring your purpose. See, studying, because this is again, let me tell you that, and again your question also is coming from a religious context. Because religion is the only thing which emphasizes and forces and intensely try to program it in the people. They have their own reasons why people program it in that way. But the religion that Creator has given us is literally was and is a manual of recommendations and suggestions. In Quran itself, it is very clearly mentioned, La ikraha fid deen. There is no compulsion in religion, if you are talking from Muslim perspective. In philosophy, in Bible, in Torah, same and similar. There is no compulsion. Whatever we are giving you is recommendations and suggestions. And we have given you aql, intellect, mind to calculate all the analysis, judgment and all these abilities that you can take charge, work with those things. You should be making your own decision. And your decision should be as unique as the new thing that comes up, the new, what you call that, seed or wheat, or I'm not getting the proper technical word for that. But it should be new, a newness. Evolution itself demands newness. If something is not new, the evolution process doesn't require you. So in that case, if your children are doing something new, encourage them. Good, bad, ugly, again, keep it aside. First, acknowledge. First say, wow, amazing. Then comes another steps. So whatever new they are doing, that newness is added to the collective consciousness. That is the unique experience that only that person can experience. You cannot experience my experience. I cannot experience your experience. So your experience is unique to you, my experience is unique to me. What we need to do is, we need to simply celebrate this difference. Wow, what a beautiful experience you have. Wow, what a beautiful experience I have. Celebration of this difference is the theme of creation. That's why God has created different colors of flowers. Otherwise, all the flowers would have been in one color. Yeah. God is showing it in nature itself, how diverse, how different species, how different colors, how random the whole creation is. And that randomness is not here. We always beat ourselves to make something like this. Not random. Something very disciplined, straight, stereotyped. That's the whole disbalance. When we come to the spiritual part, this is also very, very important. If we simply look at the importance and the intensity of these things, I could start from that to this point rather than going from this point to that point. The whole dimension is all about, for sure, my consciousness will start from here, my conscious. Let's say 0 to 5 years of age, I am here, developing my physical essence, then learning intellectual things in the school or from the society, from the environment, which fulfills my mental and emotional dimension. And at the age of 40, 45, 30, 50, I am in the zone of I am experienced, I have seen life. So this could be a physical dimension of creation, but that dimension of connection should be in the first as in the hierarchy. The connection to the creator itself. Now this one, the spiritual zone, should be and is and was and should be in the future responsibility of the parents. To keep this intact, rather than telling children that you need to compete, you need to be number one, you need to be putting this effort. If you use that same energy to simply connect and creating this awareness that if you ask, you will receive. Creating that faith that the creator is always there with you. You ask and you will get it like this. And in that one, prayers. There are beautiful concepts. If you search on Google, power of prayer, you will get those things. In Harvard University research, they have selected two groups. A group treated, just like that, how the natural or the normal treatment goes, and a group treated with prayers. A group for whom they prayed for. This group, boom, they recovered, they healed faster. Yeah? Clarity. We are in spiritual zone, in religious zones, we are encouraged to believe, isn't it? Believe this, and keep on believing until you die. Isn't it? Believing is the first step. I always keep on emphasizing that. Clarity is the journey. Knowing is the destination. Yeah? Whatever you believe, at least have 20, 30 different beliefs on the same concept. Get the clarity. As per your resonance, come to knowing. Start belief or start the journey with believing. Have literally 40, 50 different beliefs on the same concept. Get the clarity, that is learning and the journey, and end the journey by knowing. So the example could be, as we discussed in the last session also, I ask whether your name is Asma, do you know it or you believe it? Say, I know it. How do you know it? The simple phenomena of knowing it is the references. Now don't go into the philosophy, this is good, this is bad, this is ugly. It's not about that. It's about I have 10 different references. You could believe that, no, my auntie tells me that my name is Asma, I don't like my auntie, that's why my name is not Asma. It couldn't happen, isn't it? Use the same mechanism in life. Have different references. Study everything. Know every perspective. And when you know every perspective, be as respectable as they are respectable for their belief. Let's say somebody believes in something and you believe in something and you respect your belief. Respect the others' belief as they respect it. And this is possible. We can do it as a human being. I'm not saying to do something alien. This is the capability. This is the thing which should be done. This is where you should use should rather than putting it in the compulsive space. Humility. Very important. Love. Expansion. Humility, love and expansion goes hand in hand. Generally, the phenomena of love is perceived as, specifically in relationship, that if the second person comes in, my love will be divided, multiplied. I cannot love more than one people, or I should love myself. The whole perception of love, let's say, if we take that love in context and look into different phenomena that goes around us. And the biggest phenomena is unconditional love. It's difficult already. Unconditional love. So there is no such thing as unconditional love. The whole zone of love is all about certain things that I receive, and when I have it, I give. So it's a zone of which is programmed right from the childhood, from parents, the love that you have received and the love that you have processed. Now this is the thing, this is the treasure that you hold, which you are ready to contribute and give. The tragedy is when it is not received, it cannot be given. In this context, people say fill your cup first. Specifically in this concept, not applying to everything. The tragedy is we apply it to everything. A simple example, the moment you shift to sharing a food, that's not where you fill your cup first. You fill the cup of the other person first. So let things be in context. When you put it in the context, you will notice everything will come into balance. It's just like a puzzle, right thing in the right place. And the theme of expansion is always necessary, specifically for human species. If you are not expanding, means you are decaying. There are two ways to leave this theme or go beyond this planet. It's through growth or through decay. Either you will grow and go, or either you will decay and go. Choice is yours. Sorry? There are two themes to simply go, because this is a transcendental theme, isn't it? The energies cannot be created, cannot be destroyed, shifts from one form to another form. So death is just the next step to going to the next form. So towards death, there are two paths. You grow and go, you decay and go. Decay, decompose. Yes. So the choice is ours, whether you want to grow and go there or decompose and go there. So whatever we are speaking is the journey towards the growth.
One is positivity, one is negative.
Positive and negative, again, these are
Same.
laboratory purposes. What resonates with me? What helps me? What makes my breath goes deeper is my phenomena. Yeah. So that same resonance which I need to acknowledge and follow that. Humility. Humility is again a necessity where you are acknowledging the finiteness of your being. How finite I am, I need to know that very well. If I think that I am something, I am somebody, I have achieved this, I have gathered this, that's why you should respect me, or I should hold this position and I should be holding this kind of posture in the body and this facial expression, that is hostility. Yeah? So if you stay in humility, things go smooth. If you look at unconditional love, the ingredients of that unconditional love itself is you are trying to say that expectations are not to be placed and you should be loving. It's like, if I do this, you love, or if you do this, I love. So they are already conditions. You want to simply eliminate the conditions, eliminate the expectations from that, and you are trying to make it a more physical kind of thing. Love is not that in that zone. Love is a totally different phenomena. I have it, I give it. I don't have it, I try to make it. So the journey is all about how I need to incorporate or how I need to understand what I have missed. So maybe I have missed it in the school, maybe I have missed it with the parents, maybe I have missed it wherever I could have received that. So that zone needs to be filled with a collective consciousness theme, not a separation theme. So if I separate and I say that no, from tomorrow I'll take care of myself, everything about me, because I have started a journey of self-love, within 2 years check where you are. I have seen that. I have seen people who started the journey of self-love where they are today. Within 2 years you will know.
So we are not born with something we love.
This is the beauty. This is the beauty which God has given us as a potential. Yes, and you can multiply this.
To grow it.
Yes, yes. This is the thing that God wants us to make it, multiply it. So when we think about ourselves, see just the basic phenomena of my son, my daughter. How do you love them? My neighbor. How do you love them? So what is this love? Love is love, isn't it? In Bible, in Torah, in Quran, in different philosophies, every time God has sent this message, love thy neighbor. Nobody listened to that, isn't it? The moment you say love thy neighbor, this neighbor are you talking about? Is this the same neighbor you want me to love? Yeah? So this one should balance, like, I love my child, I love my neighbors. And believe me, I have seen that. I have seen that people loving the neighbors like that when I was a child. I don't know what happened.
Too much peaceful life.
I mean, people still who are coming from, I think you will agree with me, how we used to take care of our neighbors. Yeah. So that was the zone. And there was abundance in everything. There were no mental diseases and disorders at that time. Nobody used to talk about stress, anxiety, depression. Yeah. And my grandmother used to ask me, what do you do? I said, I do counseling, I do, this. And she used to ask, you charge for this? I mean, advising people, bringing them out of the misery, because for them, the concept was, how can this happen? When you are taking care of the neighbors, when they love you, you love them, how can this happen? Yeah. So for us, it's a reality, how we are. And it all started with, okay, you don't love me, let me start loving myself. And these are also the ingredients of diseases of your soul. This is the spiritual disease. When you are uncertain, when you are insecure, when you are manipulative. And if you notice, all goes hand in hand. One creates the other. It all starts with insecurity, my safety. Uncertainty, I couldn't find a resourcefulness. And then I start to simply manipulate and create a lie. This is what I become, this is what I am. So all those things comes into the picture. You are lying to yourself most of the time. I am this, I have become this. So that lie which you lie to yourself is the worst lie. And then criticizing. The intention of criticizing is, I am good. Honestly criticizing you with the intention of, which is never exposed, you are not good. So criticizing is very good. It should be there. But the intention behind criticizing, because I have seen in my practice people who criticize and they say that I criticize because I want to amend or mend or nurture or beautify or rectify or whatever they say. The intention behind that is, acknowledge me, I am something. Unconscious pattern.
Not positivity.
Not received positively, not given positively. So that's where the whole disturbance happens. Pride, superiority. Superiority complex. And the tragedy that I have seen in my practice, superiority complex starts with inferiority complex. People feel inferior, they are fed up of it, they say, I'll do something about it, I'll go to the next level, I'll show them now, and they become superior. And the pain of inferiority is driving them most of the times, because the inferiority is not acknowledged ever, neither in schools, neither by parents. They have not addressed it, and it has been literally like an open wound. I have to do something about it, and the open wound is filled with superiority complex. I become superior, and most of the people jump into the spiritual zone. I am becoming spiritual. Why? Because I want to be superior. That intention itself. One client came to me, she said that, I have been working in some place where there was a lot of pressure due to different reasons, which mostly happens, color, this, that, coming from this nationality, she was suppressed. And she said that I have been in that zone, there was so much pain. Now I have started this, new journey of healing. Now I am becoming more spiritual. I went to these classes, I have learned this spirituality, 10, 12 different courses of spirituality. Still feeling pain. Still I feel like I am not doing something right. Maybe this, I have something in me, please, can you guide? I said, what was your intention starting this journey? Just one thing. What was your intention when you started this journey of spirituality? I've always been bullied, you know. If I become spiritual, nobody will bully me now. I'll be there. I'll bully them with spirituality. How will you feel the peace with that intention driving you? That becomes a very complex mechanism. Grudges. Our whole system is so sticky with our mind, with our whole perceptual reality and everything. It becomes sticky. And when it becomes sticky, it becomes grudges. You hold on to that. You hold on to a whole lot of things. Maybe 10 years, 20 years back, somebody told you something which was not good for you. You were hurt emotionally. Still, the words are as if it had been told yesterday. And this grudges, if you have the power, if you have the authority, will convert into applying of the pain to the other person. Unfortunately, most of the time people won't find the right space, right place, right time to express it. It is expressed within the families. Holding grudges towards somebody, anger towards someone else. Expression. A simple phenomena of expression. I'm angry with those people. Nobody understood me. Now who is in pain? Children and wife in the house. So these are the things, I want you to remember this. What eats you kills you. So these are the things, these are the ingredients which are eating you. So all these things, remember them and avoid them as you avoid the mosquitoes. So certain things which I always want to emphasize are the doubts and desperations. A whole lot of things which can be aligned without these two ingredients, which are there in the list, I think, yeah, doubts and desperations. So it all starts with certain doubts, certain desperations. If that is settled down in the first step, as in the hierarchy, if I work upon my doubts, if I work upon my desperations, a whole lot of things will become easy in life. Those are the first step. Those are the first things that you need to work upon. Because everything is outcome of or the byproduct of those doubts and desperations. Desperately looking for certain things, having expectations not fulfilled, disappointments. The moment you are disappointed, anger, grudges, helplessness. So this is ongoing vortex kind of phenomena. Doubts and desperations are very much. And one more thing that I would like to emphasize is sedentary living style. Always have movement in life. Be it emotionally, be it physically, both. In both the zones, let there be movement. Because generally when you go through mental disorders or when your immune system is going down, the first coping mechanism would be to shut yourself. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to mingle. You don't want to do exercise or nothing. And then all the disorders which are physical in nature will start to manifest. One more thing, a takeaway. And this is immune booster. Might be there in medicine, I'm sure you have immune boosters, isn't it? You have certain foods to eat, you have certain injections, chemicals, steroids to boost the immune system. This is the immune booster. If you have this on daily basis, you will notice that your immune system will be multiplied on daily basis. And that thing is gratefulness, gratitude. And if you don't have that, that is the greatest sin that anyone can do on this planet. Ingratitude. Na shukri sir. And there was a debate on whether happiness comes first or gratefulness comes first. Happy people are grateful or grateful people are happy? Let me leave you with this question. I'll ask this next week. Think about it, contemplate on it. Happy people are grateful or grateful people are happy?
I think that's a trick question. Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Because there is a whole lot of debate, and this debate is going on for 10, 12 years. And I think I have initiated that somehow. I've asked people, what comes first? If you are happy, you will be grateful, or you will be grateful and you will be happy. And I have also given some points. Let's say I'm miserable. For what I should be happy for? They say, no, no, whatever you have, happy for that. At least, like they don't have this. And again, I'm entering into a comparison. Why do I need to compare? Then where should the happiness comes from? Inside there is misery. How I should be grateful. Please think on this one. We'll discuss this next week. What comes first? Amazing. You put it. I'm very bad in this tech things. Yeah, sure. Tag me. What comes first? Gratefulness and happiness. You will have a whole philosophical debate which will come into this one. People will tell you that be grateful for whatever you have, then happiness will come. People will say, no, first be happy, then be grateful. And then, gratefulness comes easily.
Do you have the answer to this?
Whatever answer I give will be my opinion. See, I'll give you my opinion, not the answer. And let's put this opinion in front of universal truths. And let's check that. Okay? So let's have this debate also on social media, wherever you want to put it. The whole thing is about this. Let's say I'm miserable. I don't have food to eat. Because the hierarchy of happiness itself, with all the hierarchies that we have, Maslow's hierarchy, this, that. The first thing is feed. Then educate. Then, being intellect, I grow. So it's all about feed, educate, and then growth. Happiness is the growth phenomena. When I'm growing, be it my journey, be it my destination, be it whatever is motivating me, that creates happiness in me. If I don't have the basic things, I'm unable to eat, I don't have shelter, I'm not sleeping properly, there is no question of happiness, isn't it? And people, if they come and tell you, no, be grateful for your miseries, I'll be irritated in the same way when I'm irritated and people telling me, be positive. Isn't it? It's the same phenomena. So being happy should be the first zone, in my opinion. Being happy or creating the happiness or finding the happiness or finding the ingredients of happiness should be my journey. In that journey, I should bring in the collective consciousness as a concept and try to look at it from that perspective. And when I'm doing this work, I'm literally on a journey for finding certain things. And this journey will be blessed first of all. Because what I'm doing is I'm using my intellect, which God has given me. I'm using my aql.
Yes.
So when I'm using my intellect, when I'm using my aql, God will bless me for that first. Using my intellect, I am following a path, I'm following a pattern, I'm following a journey, and I'll find treasures, pearls in that journey. And I'll end up with some result. The result could be good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. It's a different story. God is telling you He's not looking for the result anyways. He's looking for the journey. And He literally tells you, in this journey, if you are happy, happiness is yours. And you should be grateful for the journey itself. So the journey of happiness will bring in gratefulness or gratitude. This is my opinion. Check it with the universal truths. Keep it in front of the universal truth and check. And you have your own debate and check what comes first. Because when I'm saying that grateful, be grateful for whatever you have, I'm simply trying to tell people that cope up. You cope up with whatever you have. You somehow have to live. Don't commit suicide. Feel happy. Rather than giving them resources, they'll feel more suffocated. And building a beautiful immune system. By doing this, your body will take the signal and literally secrete all the happy chemicals. Your immune system will be happy. Your body will bless you. Your existence will bless you. And reading this, if you feel like something is hard, remind yourself what were the things that were hard and are they still hard and difficult. So you have to start for that. The moment you start to practice, the moment you start to repeat, it will come. So the first thing is hate no one, love everyone. Love what you do what you love. Don't forget what you get. So whatever you receive, never forget it. Whatever you have received right from your God, right from the people around you, right from your parents, your teachers, always remember what you have received. Even if it is pain, remember. Then, when you give, Forget. Because this is the whole attachment and the vortex. If you give and remember, you will be attached to whatever you have given. Look at again the universal theme and creation, theme of creation, that whatever God has given you, is He asking you daily for that? Accountability? On daily basis, is He coming, is He sending some angels and telling you, okay, the moment you wake up, give me accountability? How easy life is, isn't it? And just imagine how difficult it would be if He sent somebody to have the accountability every morning. I have given you intellect, I have given you food before you slept last night, give me accountability for that. Life would be hell. You'll say, throw me into hell. Yeah. So 2 things that I want you to emphasize: attention and sensation. So there are certain sensations the moment we scan the body and take our attention through certain things. Okay, so let's say I am putting my attention into my stomach. What is the first sensation? Hungry? Then I put my attention into my elbow. What's the first sensation? Then I put the attention in my chest. What's the first sensation? Like this, scan your body and just check wherever your attention goes, how's the sensation that is happening. So sensation could be on the exterior of your skin or somewhere here and there in the flesh and the bones. Every attention, I want you to centralize it. We'll discuss this in detail. I'll give you the whole phenomena in coming sessions. I want you to simply find the center point. Let's say I am putting my attention here and I feel some sensation here. Let me take my attention to the center of this area. So I'll draw a line from here to here, a line from here to here, the center point of my hand. Yeah? So let's say I'm putting my attention in my head. So I'll draw a line starting from my forehead. I'll draw a line from here. Let me go into the center of the head. Somewhere in the center of my head. So I'm simply bringing all the attention to the center points. So let's try this as a homework, that you find a center point of your head, find the center point of your throat, find the center point of your heart, find the center point in your abdomen, find the center point in your pelvic, find the center point as you start standing. And just be there, put your attention, notice the sensation.